Today we are going to discuss photosynthesis part, and we are going to discuss the MCQ part, the part 1 questions first, and then after we'll discuss the structure and the essay part. So learn photosynthesis is a very small lesson, okay, fine. But definitely, definitely there will be a question in the past paper, in the final exam. Definitely there will be a question. From 2017, not 2016, from 2017 to 2023, there's a question in structure part or essay part. In 2018, we have the question in essay part. So definitely there will be a question from photosynthesis, from structure, or in the selection part, in the essay part. And also there will be some one MCQ from your MCQ part, in the part 1 part. So with that small introduction, most of the students are thinking like this: a photosynthesis, a small lesson, a biology part. So there's no need to care about that lesson, not like that, right? So definitely there will be a question in the past paper. So keep that point in your mind, and we'll move to the question, right? Okay. So the first question, okay. Before moving to the question, can you raise your hand, those who have taken the printout of the past paper collection that I have shared in the group? Can you raise your hand, those who have taken the okay, only one, two, fine, okay. So please, my kind request to take the printout of those worksheets, okay? Because you will have the explanation, but you will write in any other exercise books and all. So definitely it will be lost, right? So please take the printout, then it will be easy to mark all the data that I'm going to discuss here. For example, if I discussing question number 1, you can see the question number 1 in the screen, right? So when I discussing this question, I will mention all the things that are related to this question. So you won't write all the things, right? So it will be it is better to take the printout. Then within the printout itself, we can write all the things now. Right. With that small request, we're going to do the question. So can anyone tell me the answer for this one, Bulaha? Can anyone tell me the answer for this question? Question number 1 from 2016, question number 23. Can anyone tell me the answer for this one? You can put in the chat box, or you can send me the answer. Okay. I have written it. Okay, fine. Okay. Third one. Okay, we'll discuss the. They are asking the false statement, right? They are asking the false statement. Okay, we'll discuss all the things and we'll return to the question again. Okay. Yeah, Palal, under the importance of photosynthesis, we have discussed 4 things. Under the importance of photosynthesis, we have learned 4 things. First one here, Palal, the light energy has been converted into chemical energy. You know, by using the light energy, the plant is going to produce the glucose. So here the light energy has been converted, the sunlight energy has been converted into chemical energy, into glucose. So one of the important thing, the light energy has been converted into chemical. Because of that chemical energy, we are surviving here, right? For example, I need the energy. From where do I get the energy? I will get the energy from the plant. Then how does that plant produces that energy? By using the sunlight, they produces the glucose. That means sunlight has been converted into chemical energy inside the glucose. And that glucose, we are going to consume that glucose and we are going to get the energy. So this is the first importance that we have discussed under the photosynthesis. And second one, that is here, the oxygen gas which is needed for the respiration. And we need the oxygen for the combustion. So these oxygens are produced by the plants during the photosynthesis. During the photosynthesis, oxygen is produced. That oxygen is used by all the living beings that are living in the world. Here, humans, human animals, all the other plant, all the living beings are using oxygen for the respiration, and for the combustion, oxygen is produced. A second importance regarding the photosynthesis. Okay. And here this is the equation, right? You may have learned this one. And these are the reactants or the factors that are needed for photosynthesis that I'm writing under the box. And these are the products. And Bulal, you want to be very careful in this case, that is Bulal. This is glucose, right? This is glucose. Glucose is the main product. Glucose is the main product. Oxygen is the main product? Well, no. When I'm mentioning the oxygen, we want to say that is a byproduct. Did you get the idea? Both of them are product. Glucose and the oxygen, both of them are product. Glucose is the main product. Oxygen is the byproduct. Now with that idea, okay, another important thing, you know, that glucose will be converted into starch, and starch will be converted into sucrose. I think you may know these things. If you don't know this, and I will explain later. Don't worry. Yeah. Okay. Now with that idea, come to the question here. Here, option number B: solar energy is converted into chemical energy. That is the correct answer, right? But in the question they are asking the false statement, so that is not the answer. Oxygen is produced as a byproduct. That is correct, right? Now one I mentioned, oxygen is the byproduct. Glucose is the main product. So that is correct. So the answer is wrong because they are asking the false statement now. And D, the glucose that produced during the photosynthesis temporarily stored as starch. Here, now we'll discuss that one, right? You know, glucose is produced. In this equation that I have mentioned here, the glucose is produced. This glucose will convert it into starch and it will be stored in the leaf, not permanently, temporarily. The starch will be there in the leaf. And later what will happen? That starch will be converted into. Here, look at this picture here. Here in the plant, what will happen? The glucose will be produced. That glucose will be converted into starch. Okay, starch. And again, starch will be converted into sucrose. And look after this picture here, you can see the food that they have mentioned, the sucrose. Sucrose is moving towards the root and they will be stored in the yams. And the sucrose will be transported to the fruits and stored in the fruits. Okay. Can anyone tell me what is the name for this, that vessel, the tube? What is the name for that tube? You have learned in unit number 1 in the living tissues. There's one thing is there to transport the water, and another system is there to transport the food. That is called as phloem. That is called as phloem. One of you has sent me the answer. Oh, Kavisu, my dear. That is xylem. Here, those who are transporting the water, that is called as xylem. Here, this one. Okay, this one. And those who are transporting the sucrose, that is called as phloem. Phloem. Okay. So here, we'll look after the transformation, right? First of all, glucose is produced and glucose converted into starch, starch converted into sucrose, and sucrose will be transported through the phloem. What is the name? Through the phloem. Okay. So now we'll return to the question here. Glucose is produced during the photosynthesis and temporarily stored in the plant as starch. So that statement is correct. So here that is not the answer because they asked the false statement now. So that is first one. Did you get the idea? This is a past paper question. So if you want to answer this question, you want to know the last part of the photosynthesis, that is importance of photosynthesis, that I have given in the last page of the photosynthesis. And Pulahal, here, this one, regarding the glucose and the starch and the xylem and the phloem, they have given in the starting part of the photosynthesis. So we have learned both of them, starting part and the ending part. Then you will be able to answer this question. I hope that you may have got the idea. Fine. Okay. If you have any doubts, you can put in the chat box. Okay, Dane? And question number 2, regarding the sunlight. Okay. Can you tell me the answer for this question, my dear? And you can put in the chat box. Don't tell me the answer by mine because all of the other students also will hear that sound now. So you can send me the answer to the WhatsApp, so chat box. Very good. Rima, very good. Mashallah. Fine. Others? Only one answer is there, my dear. Just you can put the number 1, 2, 3, 4. There'll be no time take that much of time, right? Just try, Pula. Just try. Okay, if your answer is wrong or correct, it's okay. That is a part of that. Just try to answer this guy. Very good, Binanda. Very good. Ruhuma Rasmi, very good. Mashallah, fine. Okay, only Ruhuma Rasmi. Please check the answer, my dear. Please check the answer. I have sent me the answer. Very good. But the answer is wrong. Can you check the answer, please? Okay. Any others? Okay. And Zainab Raha is there. Okay. Shifa. Okay, very good. Bismillah, very good. Mashallah. Fine. Okay. Now I'm going to explain the question. Listen here very carefully. Okay. Here, Bilal, you know, there's a practical to prove that the light energy is needed for photosynthesis. Look at this practical. Okay. Here we have covered the leaf with the black color part, black color polythene. Kavishu. Okay, very good. And Shifa. Shifa. We'll discuss answers. Okay. We'll discuss answer, don't worry. Yeah, okay. So here we have taken a plant leaf and we have covered with the black color polythene. And here we have taken another leaf and we have covered with the colorless polythene. Okay, we have taken two leaves and we have covered one of the leaf with black color polythene and another one with the colorless polythene. Okay. Now, we are going to do the starch test. You know the starch test. This is a starch test, right? Okay. We have taken this leaf. We have taken the leaf A. Just imagine that we have taken the leaf A. Okay. First of all, we want to boil in the hot water. Boil in hot water. And there's another essay question. Structure question is there. Those who have referred that paper, you can see that one. There's a question there in the part 2. At that time, I will explain what is the reason to boiling the leaf in the hot water. That part will be explained later. Okay. Now I'm going to explain only the procedure. Reason will be discussed later. And the second step, we want to put that leaf into the alcohol, and we have taken the alcohol in the test tube here. So in the alcohol, in the ethanol, we are going to boil the leaf, and we want to boil the ethanol by using the hot water. Here we are directly we are heating the leaf in the hot water, and then after we want to take that leaf and we want to put in the alcohol, that is ethanol. We want to boil the ethanol by using the hot water. You may ask the reason. So why we are heating the test tube? This test tube is inside. We have test tube, right? What is the reason for boiling the test tube by using the hot water? We can directly use the flame to heat the test tube, right? That's the reason for that one. I will explain, don't worry. And then after we want to take that leaf and we want to wash in the water. Pulahal, the iodine test. You may have learned in unit number 1 regarding the iodine test. So if the food contain the starch, you may have seen that one in unit number 1. Okay, I have the picture, but I didn't put that one in the slide here. If you want, I will show you later, right? So if you are going to put the iodine into the bread and all, iodine is a brown color solution. Then when after adding the iodine to the bread will convert it into purple color because the bread contains the starch. Same like that, Pulahal. Same like that, in the leaf, the starch has been produced. Now, while we have discussed that one right here, the leaf, I said that the starch will be produced later. Here, look at the equation here. Glucose is there. Glucose will be converted into starch. So in the leaf, it contains the starch. Am I right or wrong? In the leaf, it contains the starch. So when I am adding the iodine to the leaf, not directly we can't add the iodine, right? We want to do all these procedures. Boiling the hot water and boiling the ethanol and wash the leaf. And then after we want to add the iodine. So when I am adding the iodine now what will happen, Bulahal? Now what will happen, Bulahal? We have covered this area by the black color polythene, right? Am I right or wrong? We have covered that area with the black color polythene. So there is no sunlight, Bulahal. We have covered with the black color polythene. So there is no sunlight there. If there is no sunlight, the starch will be not produced. Am I right or wrong? If we have the sunlight, starch may be produced. But if you don't have the sunlight, the starch will be not produced in that area. So when I am adding the iodine, in these areas, we will have the starch because the sunlight has been received for that part. So look after the image here. We have the purple color here. The iodine has been converted into purple color because in these areas we have the starch, and here also we have the sunlight. Sunlight has been here. Look out here, we have sunlight, right? So if we have the sunlight, the starch will be produced. So here you can observe the purple color change. But the middle part, the center part, we don't have the starch. Well, why don't we have the starch at that place? Why don't we have the starch? Because in that area there's no sunlight. If there's no sunlight, no starch. If there's no starch, after adding the iodine, you can't observe any color change. The brown color will be brown color itself. Okay. If you have any doubt, please wait for a while. I'm going to show you another picture regarding that iodine practical. Wait a minute. The chemical basis of life even has under the carbohydrate. Wait, I will open the slide for a while. Wait for a while. Okay. You may remember this spectacle, right? So here, in the starch, in the bread we have the starch. So iodine is a brown color solution. So when I'm adding the iodine to the bread, you can see the purple color has been formed. Because why it turned into purple color? The iodine has been converted into purple color because in that bread we have the starch, no? But Bulahal, in this practical, in this area we have the starch because we received the sunlight at that point, so it has turned into purple color because in that area we have the starch, and in this area, same explanation. We have the sunlight, we have the starch, so the presence of the starch will convert the iodine into purple color, same as the bread. Okay, here we have the purple color. Here we have the purple color, but the middle part we don't have the sunlight because we covered that area with the black color polythene, no? So we don't have the starch. So there will be no color change even after adding the iodine. Even after adding the iodine will never shows the color change because in that place we don't have the starch. Okay, fine. Now with that idea, come to this. Okay, look after this picture for the same here. We have the purple color at this area, and this area heat has been turned into brown color. It is in the brown color itself because there's no any color change because there's no starch. In the example, they will be confusing by giving L shape or this rectangle and star shape. They will confuse you by giving some kind of different shapes, right? At that time, you want to be very clear. Am I right? Or here we have the sunlight, okay, blue, purple color. Here we have the sunlight, so purple color. And here also we have the sunlight, so here the purple color. But in this area, we don't have the sunlight, so no starch, so no color change with the iodine. Okay. With that idea, come to this question. Okay, here they have clearly mentioned that they have inserted a black color polythene. So at that point there will be no any color change. Okay. So according to that, second option is wrong. Ondo first or third or fourth. These are the options that we have now because at that center part we don't have the starch now. So if we don't have the starch, sorry, if there's no sunlight, no starch will be produced. So the second option we can't put that because they have mentioned the dark color in the center now. So definitely we can say second one is not the answer. Okay. And here, Palal, here they have clearly mentioned this is green in color. I will use another color pen to that one, right? Okay, here you can see that is green in color, right? So if that is green in color, if it is green in color, definitely the starch will be produced because we have the chlorophyll now. So option number 4 will be wrong because why? Because here they have mentioned the middle part that doesn't have the chlorophyll, but how can sorry, they have the chlorophyll, so definitely in that line, the center line here, in this area, definitely the starch will be produced. So according to that, the fourth one is wrong. And here, Bulahal, if you want to find which one is the first one or third one, here we want to understand another important thing, that is here, Bulahal, they have clearly mentioned that is white color. White color means we don't have the chlorophyll. Chlorophyll, right? So chlorophyll also one of the important factor that is needed for photosynthesis. Chlorophyll that is green in color. There are some leaves that we will name as mosaic leaf, right? So in that leaf there will be different colors and white color patches will be there. Same like that in this leaf they have clearly mentioned this is white in color. So if that is white, no chlorophyll. If there is no chlorophyll, no starch. If there's no starch, that means no color change in that area. Here, look after the third option. I think third one is the answer. Why? Here, white color, so no color change. White color, so no color change. Here, white area, no color change. And here we have the green color at the center, so we have the color change. So third one. If you have doubt, please wait for a while. I will show you another picture for the chlorophyll part, right? I will show you a picture for the chlorophyll part, don't worry. Look at this picture here, below. Look at this picture. Here at the center, we have the white color, right? White color means we don't have the chlorophyll. If we don't have the chlorophyll, no starch will be produced. If there's no starch, even after adding the iodine, the iodine will never shows the color change. It will be brown color here. That is in brown color because in that area we don't have the chlorophyll. So no starch, so no color change. But here in this area, we have the chlorophyll, we have the sunlight, all the other factors are there. So definitely it will show the color change with the iodine. And look at these pictures, same thing, right? So these kind of leaves are called as mosaic leaf. Okay. With that idea, come to this question now. Now I hope that you may have got the idea. White color, so no color change in this area. White color, no color change in this area. I'm going to mark the area that will not show the color change, right? So here there will be no color change, no color change. The color that the area that I have been shaded by red color, it will never shows the color change. Okay. And here you have taken the black color polythene. So here also we don't have the color change. So only what is the part that they have remained? Only this part and this part. So that is the option third one. Only that area we will have the color change because the starch has been produced. Can you raise your hand those who have the doubt in this part? Can you raise your hand those who have doubt in this question? Can you raise your hand those who have understood this question? Those who have got the idea? Can you raise your hand those who got the idea? Only 4, 6, 7. What about others, Pulahan? Zainab, Raha, Taiba, Swastika, Sangeeta, Rima, Swastikan, Shamlan, Elai Jadambi, Zakir, okay, done. Binuda, Kavishu. Kavishu, did you get the idea, my dear? Rima, okay, fine. Kulal, if you have doubts, Kulal, you can ask me, okay? Without any hesitation, you can ask me. So you can turn on the mic and you can ask me, sir, why did the leaf show the color change at the middle part, or why didn't it show the color? You can ask like that, right? There will be no any issues, right? You can ask any doubt that you have in the class. Don't do it, right? Definitely, I will never scold you by asking the question, right? I will explain once and twice and thrice, but I will never explain more than that. Up to third time I can explain. Okay, so if you have any doubt, you can ask me without any hesitation. After the third time, I will never explain definitely because it will get bored. No, so if you have any doubt, you can ask me any without any hesitation, right? No any issues, huh? Okay. Now, can you write the answer? Can you find the answer for this question? A very good question, my dear. In this question, we are going to break down a very big the wrong idea that you have. In this question, we are going to break down that bad idea. Sorry, the wrong idea. Okay. Just try to get the answer for this question. Okay. Most of them are sending the answer that is third one, and some of them are sending the answer fourth one. Okay. We'll discuss, right? We'll discuss. A very good question, Bala. In this question, we are going to discuss a very important part that will be needed for this question. And there's another question based on same idea about this question, right? Okay. Manha fourth one, Zainab Raha fourth one, Zainab third one, Kavisha third one, Bindu third one, Amna fourth one, Rima fourth one, Ilma understood. Okay. Now we'll discuss the question, right? Don't worry. Ruhumar asked me third one. Okay. I will check, right? Which one is correct, right? Okay. Zakir, third one. Okay. We'll discuss, okay? Here, Bilal, look at this question here, Bilal. Here in the during the photosynthesis, you know, it will produce as the oxygen. During the photosynthesis, they produce as the oxygen, okay? And also, Bilal, very important thing that you want to know, the sunlight, the photosynthesis may occur during the daytime. During the daytime, and during the night time, right? Okay. Now, during the daytime, what happened? So here, Pula, during the daytime, you know the photosynthesis may occur, right? Photosynthesis may occur. So we'll put a tick mark, right? Photosynthesis occur during the daytime. Okay. Now again, photosynthesis occur night time. No, photosynthesis will never occur during the night time. Okay, then because we have we want the sunlight, no. So during the night time, we don't have the sunlight. So photosynthesis will never occur during the night time. Okay. What about the respiration, Pula? What about the respiration? Now you may have wondered, oh my God, plant will they do the respiration? Yes, definitely the plant will do the respiration, same like the human. Now most of them will be come to a small argument with me, right? No, 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 no. The plant alla appadi respirate பண்ணாது அப்படிலாம் நாங்க சொல்லி. Yes, the plant will do the respiration same like us during the daytime and during the night time. Now I want to tell you another important thing. I will write that one by using the blue color, right? Okay. Right. Wait for a while. Now, during the photosynthesis, what will happen to the oxygen will be released. Am I right or wrong? During the photosynthesis, the oxygen will be produced. We are accepting that concept, right? Because look at the picture here. Okay. So now we'll put like photosynthesis. During the photosynthesis, oxygen will be produced because we have the photosynthesis during the daytime, no? So during the daytime, it will produce as the oxygen. Okay, fine. And during the night time, we don't have the photosynthesis, so we don't have the oxygen during the night time. We don't have the oxygen during the night time because we don't have the photosynthesis now. Okay, fine. And second one, the respiration part. Okay, come to this part. During the respiration, what will happen? We will intake the oxygen and we will remove the carbon dioxide. We will intake the oxygen and we will remove the carbon dioxide. So during the daytime, the plant will release the carbon dioxide. Most of them will confuse at this place, right? Yes, Pulahal, yes. During the daytime, they do the respiration and they release the carbon dioxide. There is no any doubt in that part. And come to the night time, Pulahal. Come to the night time. Okay, in the night time, they are doing the respiration and carbon dioxide will be produced because we have, we have put tick mark. That means during the night time, respiration will occur. So definitely they will produce as a carbon dioxide. Now, Pulahal, I want to ask you one question. Now, please take a pencil and a paper and note down this one. During the daytime, photosynthesis occurs, and during the night time, photosynthesis does not occur. Please take a small note because if you want to answer this question, we need this chart. Okay, I think you have taken the note, right? Okay, now I'm going to cut this picture and we're going to place that. Now we'll discuss a question, right? Plant emit the carbon dioxide only during night time. I mean, is it correct? Plant emit the carbon dioxide only during the night. No, right? Plant releases the carbon dioxide during the night time as well as during the daytime. Both of the time, during the daytime and the night time, plant releases a carbon dioxide. So that statement is wrong. And second one, plant emit only oxygen during the daytime. No, during the daytime, they releases the oxygen and also they releases the carbon dioxide. Look at this chart. Look at this chart here. During the daytime, carbon plant will be releasing the oxygen and also the carbon dioxide. So second statement it mentioned plant emit only oxygen during the daytime. No, during the daytime it releases the oxygen and the carbon dioxide. So that is statement is wrong. And third one, gas exchange between the plant mainly occur during the stomata. Yes, you know the leaf have a small hole-like structure stomata. I will show you that picture later. Now it's I will show you the picture. Wait a minute. Picture of the stomata. I will show you that one, right? And here, third one, gas entering the plant diffuses into intercellular spaces. Okay, I will show you that picture now, right? So those statements are correct. Third and fourth one, C and D. So the answer will be fourth one. I will show you the picture for the stomata and the intercellular spaces. Don't worry. I will show you the picture for that one. Now I want to ask you, Pula, did you get the idea why the statement A and B is wrong? Pula, did you get the idea? Now I'm going to do a small change in the statement. Okay. Here, listen here. I'm going to cut that only and I'm going to put that only here. Plant emit oxygen only during the night time. Oh, no, it is wrong. Wait a minute. Okay, I'm going to change like this, right? Plant emit carbon dioxide only during night. Is this statement is correct? Plant emit carbon dioxide only during the night time. Is it correct? So why second is wrong? Why the statement B is wrong? Okay, wait a minute. I will explain. Okay. Most of them are asking why the statement B is wrong. Okay. Look after the question here below. They are asking plant emit only oxygen during the daytime. During the daytime, they releases the oxygen and also the carbon dioxide. They are releasing both of them, right? During the daytime, they releases oxygen and the carbon dioxide. So that's why the statement is, if they are telling like this, plant emit oxygen only during the daytime, that is correct. If you're going to cut this only and if you're going to put that only here, now read the question. Plant emit oxygen during only daytime. Now that statement is correct. Am I right or wrong, Pula? Kishore and Asma, did you get the idea, my dear? Plant emit only oxygen during the daytime and the plant emit oxygen during only daytime. That is, both of them are different statements. Alright. Now I have got the idea. Is it clear, my dear? That's why the statement. Plant here during the daytime they releases the oxygen and also the carbon dioxide. They releases both of the gases, right? But in the question they have clearly mentioned that one here. Plant emit only oxygen during the daytime. No, that is wrong. During the daytime they releases both of them. So that's why the statement B is wrong. Okay. Now we're going to show you the picture for the stomata and the intercellular spaces. Wait for a while. Now see this question, right? Okay. Here we have the small gaps in the leaf. That gap is called as stomata, right? Okay. Look at this picture here. This is the microscopic view of the stomata here. These are the stomata. Small gaps is there, right? So and this is a side view. Look at this picture here. We have the stomata right here. So by that gap, the carbon dioxide will enter into the leaf. And you know the oxygen is produced and that oxygen also will be released to the atmosphere through that gap. Can you see that gap, Pulahal? That gap is called as stomata. So now you know what is stomata. And now I'm going to explain what is intercellular spaces. Look at this picture. Here we have a small gap, a very big gap, right? That gap is called as intercellular spaces. Now read the question here. Carbon dioxide from the atmosphere for photosynthesis. So carbon dioxide diffuses into stomata through the stomata and it will enter into the intercellular spaces. Did you get that idea? Carbon dioxide, they said that atmosphere where the stomata at the leaf. So carbon dioxide will enter into the leaf through the stomata and it will enter into the intercellular spaces. This is intercellular space. Okay, well, did you get that idea? What is intercellular spaces? That gap is called as intercellular space. Okay. So now you know in the question here, C and D, both of them are correct. So only the fourth one is the answer. Okay. So I hope that you have got the idea. Now we'll move to the next question. There are two questions based on a single practical. One practical is there in the textbook. So based on that single practical, they have they have made this question. And okay, here your question has been hidden. Recording and recording. Please turn off the mic. Okay. The need of which factor for photosynthesis? Photosynthesis is I forget the question. Okay. They are asking to test which practical to test which factor they have made this setup. To test which factor. Okay, very good, Zainab. It's very good, man. That is answer. Very good. And Ruhuma, very good, very good. Asma, very good. Yes, okay. No, Asma, no. Asma, your answer is wrong, my dear. Check the answer, please. Amna, okay. No, Amna, wrong. Check the answer, my dear. Sorry, Amna, please check the answer. Rima, done. Okay, very good. And Binunda, okay, very good. Kavisu, very good. Zainab Braha, no. Zainab Braha, check the answer. And Asma, நீங்க எதுக்குமா அனுப்பினீங்க? Asma, yes, your answer is correct for the second one. Sorry, yeah. I made it. No, I think two Asma is there, right? Capital A Asma and simple A Asma. Is it? No, both of them are same. Okay. Your answer is correct, sorry. Because you haven't mentioned the number, right? So that's why I confused you. Sorry, yeah. And Amna Podi, right? Okay. Shiva, okay. Kishore. Carbon dioxide, very good. Yes, okay. Now we'll explain this practical, right? Here, this practical has been made to test whether the carbon dioxide is needed for photosynthesis. Okay. Here, this is a practical, right? Okay. Here we have taken two plants, and here you can see here we have taken KOH, potassium hydroxide. Potassium hydroxide is there. So what will happen, Bulahal, in this beaker, in practical A, in setup A, in this practical, what will happen? All the carbon dioxide in this setup will be absorbed, will be absorbed by the KOH, potassium hydroxide. And also, Pula, you want to know another important thing that they have asked in last year in the support seminar paper. They have asked one question for the government paper, right? They have asked like this. Instead of KOH, what is the chemical substance that we can use? In the textbook, they have mentioned only potassium hydroxide. And also, Pula, we can use sodium hydroxide. Instead of potassium hydroxide, we can use sodium hydroxide. Keep that in your mind, okay? Because it is needed, because that is a question from the government paper. We can't say that is not in syllabus on that like that, because they have asked that question, so you want to know that one, right? So potassium hydroxide, if there's no potassium hydroxide with you, you can use the sodium hydroxide, no issues, okay? Now what will happen, when they are taking the carbon dioxide, you know one of the factor that is needed for this is carbon dioxide. We need the carbon dioxide for the photosynthesis. So if there's no carbon dioxide, what will happen? If the photosynthesis will happen in that setup, in setup A, there will be no carbon dioxide release because we don't have the carbon dioxide. So no starch will be produced because absence of the carbon dioxide. We don't have the carbon dioxide, so no starch. So what will happen? When I'm doing the practical, when I'm doing this practical, now I'm going to take that leaf, take a leaf from this plant, and we are going to put in the hot water and the alcohol, and we want to do all the setup. Finally, there will be no color change. Why there will be no color change? Why there will be no color change? Because in that leaf, There's no carbon dioxide, so no photosynthesis, so no starch is produced, so no color change. Did you get that idea? And here, next to setup A, we have taken setup B, right? Listen here, this setup B is called as, can anyone tell me the name for setup B? This is practical setup. That is, what is the name for this one, brother? Anyone? Quick. Okay. Shall I tell the answer? Okay. This setup is called.
Control setup.
Ah, very good, mashallah. Very good, Swastika. Very good. That is the answer. Control, very good, Amna, yes. And Asma, very good. Kavishi, very good, yes. That is called a control setup. Control setup. Well, listen this question very carefully, okay? Because there's an essay part. There's an essay question based on the same idea. Same idea. Then you will realize, oh my god, how the question is easy at that time when I discussing that part, okay? Keep all these things in your mind, okay? It will be needed for the essay part that I discuss now. Now I will discuss the essay part. For that question, these things will be needed.
11 కడేసి నాకు ఫోన్ పడుతున్నారు.
Hey, Pulal, please turn off the mic, my dear, okay? So this is called as control setup. So in the control setup, there's a reason for doing the control setup. But if I start to explain what is the reason to doing the control setup, it will take more time. So just there's no need to worry about the reason for the control setup, because in the exam they will never ask the reason. But you want to understand one thing here, Pulal. Here we have taken the KOH, potassium hydroxide. But for the control setup, we want to keep a cup of water. You want to keep the cup of water. You may ask the reason why we are doing the control setup. But if I start to explain what is the reason for doing the control setup, definitely it will take more time. And also it is not needed for you, right? In the exam, they will never ask what is the reason for doing the control setup. No, they will never ask like that. So there's no need to worry. Now with that idea, with this idea, I'm going to we'll discuss this question after a while. Now I'm going to show you essay question, right? Essay question that is needed for this part. If you have the past paper collection with you, you can see that, you can refer that too, right? Okay. Yeah. Do this question. Do this question. I think 2022 or 21. I forgot the year. I think mostly 2022. Okay. Do this question. Same practical, same picture, same practical, same questions. All the things you know the answer. You can send me the answer through the WhatsApp if you wish, right? Vinunda and Asma, very good. Reema, very good. Mashallah, fine. Correct answer, my dear. Can you draw the setup, Pulal? Can you draw the control setup? Can you draw the control setup and send it to me through the WhatsApp? Very good, Shiva, very good. Inshallah, very good. That is the answer. Reema, okay, then very good. I wish you very good, yes, okay. So, Pulal, shall I explain the question? Or do you want the time?
Sir, 1 minute.
Ah, okay. Take your time, Okay, quick. Swastika, very good. Yes, that is the answer. Yes, very good. Sifad and very good, and Kavishi, okay. You can send me the picture through the WhatsApp, right? The control setup. Or even you can write the answer and you can put it in the chat box as a picture. Okay, Ruhuma, you have sent me the answer. Ah, hey man, you want to keep the water inside the setup, okay? You want to keep the water inside, okay? Be very careful. சரியா தண்ணி உள்ளுக்கால வைங்க சரியா
Okay, sir. Okay.
தண்ணியை நாங்க எங்களுக்கு குடிக்க வைக்கிறோம்ல அது மரத்துக்கு வைக்கிறேன் சரியா okay and Kisha okay very good he has sent me most of them are sending the answer for the first round I'm not very good yes and only the Ruhuma has sent me the answer for the second one, the control setup no you want that hey Bula don't think art like an art student okay just throw the setup sorry just a plant just a cup just a glass jar only that's all okay okay only Ruhuma any others shall I explain the place okay that is substance swastika very good yes okay okay well wait I will explain okay hey you know the practical right you know the carbon dioxide practical and we have kept potassium hydroxide here and it will absorb all the carbon dioxide and there will be no carbon dioxide so no photosynthesis so no charge so no color change you know the practical right okay we have explained earlier now it's we have explained that already so what is the aim what is the target some of them okay in this class okay those who have sent me the answer they have written the full answer but when I am doing the class, the physical classes, I know most of the students will like start writing the answer like this, right? Carbonates. No, we can't write only carbonate. We want to clearly mention the aim to test whether the carbon dioxide is needed for photosynthesis. This is the aim. We want to write all the full answer, right? We want to test whether the carbon dioxide is needed for photosynthesis. That is the full answer. Okay. And draw the control setup. Well, very easy control setup. Okay. We want to draw the same structure like this. I have shown you the picture here. You may remember the picture, right? Here. Setup. Plant will be there and the glass jar will be there and we want to place a water, cup of water, that's all. That is a control setup. Okay. Sir, if the setup is without KOH is called as control, what is the other setup is called? This is experimental setup. This is the experimental setup and this is called as control setup. That's another question. There's another question based on the same idea. I will show you that one, right? Okay. We will do another question based on the same practical, right? We'll discuss the same question. Sorry, not same question. Question based on same idea. Last class.
Papa.
Well, சொல்றேன் இன்னொரு முறை சொல்றேன் தயவு செஞ்சு உங்களுடைய என்ன சொல்ற மைக்குகளை ஆஃப் பண்ணி கொள்ளுங்க சரியா okay so can you do this question I will. This is from northwestern boys right 2018 or 2020 I forgot the year from northwestern boys a very good question based on the same idea okay here can you see that experimental setup or normal experiment or control experiment the who asked the question here binu okay my dear do this question then you will get total idea that is needed for this practical answer. Don't take more time, Bilal. Okay. We know the okay. Fine. Okay, I'm asking all all the all the answers, right? So what is hypothesis? Okay. Okay. Most of them will have the doubt in second one. Don't worry. I will explain what is hypothesis. Don't worry. I will explain together, right? Don't worry. Yeah. Quick, Bilal, quick. I have another class at 8 o'clock for the grade 9 students. Okay. Please make it quick, Bilal. Okay. Can anyone tell me, Bilal, what is the factor that affect the photosynthesis can be identified here? What is the aim? We are going to test whether the carbon dioxide is needed for the photosynthesis. This is the main target of this practical, right? Okay. Yes, that is a factor. That is the aim. That is a carbon dioxide is the factor that I am testing here. And here we'll explain that one. Don't worry, because we don't have time for that one, right? Name a control setup. You know the control setup, that is this one. Apparatus Q, and the normal experiment, that is apparatus B. P. Okay. And I will check and explain that one in our next class, right? And here, question number 6. What is answer, Bilal? What is the purpose of using the potassium hydroxide here? What is the purpose, Bilal? What is the purpose? Why did we attach the potassium hydroxide? Can anyone tell me the answer? To absorb the carbon dioxide, to remove the carbon dioxide. Yes, that is the answer. To to remove the carbon dioxide. To remove the carbon dioxide. So in this class, we have discussed the practical related to the photosynthesis, but we couldn't explain all the practicals. We had only 2 practicals, right? One practical for the starch test, that boiling, and also we haven't completed that part yet. And here this one regarding the carbon dioxide practical, and all the remaining practical will be discussed in our next class. When you're coming next class, please do all the questions and come to the class, right? Because there are some essay questions, right? So I can't give the time for doing these essay questions and all, because we don't have time now. Within 1 hour, we want to discuss all the questions. So please, kind request to do all those questions and come to the class. And please take the printout. Okay, then only within the paper itself we can write all the answers. Okay, then it will be easy for you. So please take the printout and do all the questions and come to the class. And also without doing the question, if I am explaining all the questions, there will be no any use. The important thing that you want to follow in the paper class, we want to do the question and come to the class. This is a main thing that you want to do during the paper classes. So we will meet in our next class. Subhanakallahumma bihamdika shalla la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Good night. Have a nice day. We'll meet in our next class, right?